and this origami is going to be according to this. Okay, so if we have a plated structure, very simple one, so as I'm drawing, okay, now the idea is not to have a pair, so I'm always going to call this A, B pair, and on the middle we'll have C. Now what I want to do is I want to have a really long dimension. So, and I want to have as many divisions as I want. So I can have 1 or 4 divisions or more divisions. Okay, so I'm going to consider all of them as AB pairs. So I will have AB, then I will have another AB, another AB, and finally another AB. Okay, now let us say that here it's the beginning, 0, and here is the end, and I'm going to say, for example, 24. So the middle point is going to be 12, and the others are going to be 18 and 6. Okay, so we have 4 divisions, so 24 divided by 4 is 6. So in reality, what this gives me is if I have a list of points and a B list of points, A is going to be in 0, B is going to be in 6. So this is the first pair. Second pair, 6, 12. 6, 12. And the other, 12, 18, and then 18, 24. Okay, so in reality, if we change 24 by L, that is the length, I'm going to have A and B. So, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So n div, okay, number of divisions, 4. So B is going to be L divided by n div, and this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and this is going to be n. Okay, and they always multiply by this dimension. So in reality, this one, when it's equal to n division, it means that I always get the length. Okay, see here? Now, A for the other end is always going to be number of divisions minus 1 multiplying L by number of divisions. So if I have in level 1, okay, this is not n-div but n, so if I have on the first one n minus 1 is 0, 0 multiplied by any number is 0. Okay, so here at the second level, so 2 minus 1 is 1, so you see the values, and when I get n, in reality I have number of division minus 1 multiplied by L divided by a number of divisions. So I already understand the location of the points, but this location is the location when this is totally flat. Now what happens when I move this? So let us make a second scheme. So let us consider, okay, let us consider just 2 pairs. Okay, A, C, that is the middle point, B, and then A, C, B. Now, regarding these ones, I know that A, B is equals to AC plus CB, and as these two are the same, 2 times AC. Now, I'm going to say that this one is a fixed point. So when this B moves, let me put this B here, in reality I'm doing this. And this B becomes here, and I have this. Well, it's not really well drawn, but you can get the picture. So what I have is a displacement here. Here is my move, and here I'm going to call it N, that is the remaining part. So L, the length, is going to be N plus the movement. Now I'm going to say that I'm going to have a variable called move percentage, and when my percentage is 0, I'm here. So it will go between 0 and 1. And when it's 1, it's here. But as one object cannot occupy the same space, it will go from 0 to 0.999. Okay? Now, how can I transform these two into this? I'm going to say that my move is going to be the length multiplied by the movement percentage. So This multiplied by 0 is 0, it's here. This one multiplied by 0.5, I have half. So let's say if I multiply by 0.25, this should be 6. If it is 24, let's say this 24 multiply by 0.25, this is just an example, becomes 6. So the position of B, this one, is no longer 24, it's going to be, let me call B moved, this one, is going to be L minus L multiply by move. That in this case is going to be 24 minus 6, okay? Now this is the movement. Now, as I have here two pairs, A, B, B, C, what I'm going to do is, this one is going to be replaced by this formula. And like this, I can know the position of all AB and CB. Okay. Okay, so in this case, this value is n. Let me put red, so this is n. That is, if I reverse this, if I put this here, is L minus movement equals to n. So this formula is my n. Now let us put here our variables. Okay, I'm going to write them. So I'm going to zoom so we can see better. Now, I'm going to have length. I'm going to say one smaller 24.00. Height is going to be the same. Then and div, number of divisions, I'm going to say one smaller than 12. Okay, number of divisions. So which do I need more? Length, I need the movement percentage. That is going to be between 0 and 0.999. Okay, so these are my basic dimensions. Now I know that the true AB segment is going to be equal to the length divided by n div. And then I know my true AC, that is equals to CB, it's going to be AB divided by 2. Okay. We also saw that move is going to be L, the length, multiply by move percentage, and that n is equals to L minus move. that is n is equal to L minus L multiply move percentage. And we saw that n by n div is going to give us in reality the steps of all AB segments as they move. Okay. So here we have now just a final scheme. Let us consider just AB. Okay. C, A, and B. When AB gets this, in reality, B, I'm going to have to draw a circle with this dimension. So let me make a better draw. A, B. Okay, now let me try to draw a circle, a red circle. Wow. And then, sorry. Try to draw it in perspective. Okay, so this one. And now for A, I'm going to try to choose here a different color, a green. So I'm going to have this other circle. And this intersection here is going to be my point C. So in reality, the segments are going to do this. Okay, so as they get closer, they are going to get like this till the end they seems to be in the same place. Okay, so we'll have to have this in consideration. So let us start coding. Now it's very important to understand the geometric and mathematical behavior of this. Now you don't need to have a lot of skills in mathematics, but you need to have skills in geometry. Okay, so to complement eventually needs of in terms of mathematics. Okay, so I'm going to say there is no initial point, and I'm going to specify this. So I double click one smaller 24.00. Okay, this will be my length. I'm going to copy paste. This is going to be my height. One smaller than 12. Now look here, I'm going to put integers because divisions are integers. And divisions. And then 0 smaller 0.999. Okay, this is going to be my move percentage. Move percentage. Okay, perfect. I'm going to change this. Divisions. I'm going to put like 4, length 24, and the height is going to be the last thing I'm going to apply. So I will replace them. Now for the AB, the true AB, so I need to have divisions, so mathematics, divisions, and I'm going to say length by the number of divisions. This is going to give me AB segment. Okay, now if I divide this segment by 2, then I'm going to get my AC segment, my true AC segment, that I'm going to become in this radius. So parameters, number, AC radius. Okay, I'm going to store it here, and I'm going to make this hidden so I can use it later. Okay, perfect. Now I have to do this, so this part is done. Now let us find out about this. So if I multiply the length by this percentage, I'm going to get my move. Okay. Now if I subtract the length minus this one, I'm going to get my n. And if I divide n by the number of divisions, I'm going to get the n steps. Okay, so now we need points. Okay, so I'm going to vector, and I'm going to create my points. I need points A, and I'm going to need points B. Okay, but as I specify on the type, we are going to create series, so I have to create a series, and according to the series I'm going to have points A and points B. So sets, sequence, series. Okay, now S is the 0, so as you remember, A is going to be 0. I'm going to add this and all, and I will need to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 elements, that is the number of divisions. So this number is going to be number of divisions. They will start now, but for me to see what is being displayed, I prefer to go to parameters, control panel, and I'm going to click here. Okay, like this I can see 1, 2, 3. Now the first one, the start, is 0. Number of elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 4 divisions, 4 elements. Now I just have to specify the steps. Okay, so the steps, if I don't have movement, they are correct. So when my movement is 0, that is when this is totally flat, I have 0, 6, 12, 18, like we saw. And as I move, these values are going to decrease, 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 till they get almost to 0. Okay, perfect. It's working. Okay, let me put 0. Now, this is going to be the x of point A. So we have immediately 4 points there. Now, this can be up. Now points B. Now, points B are going to be this one plus 1 step. So instead of starting in 0, they will start with this value. Now I can make an addition, or I can create here another series. I'm going to create another series so we can compare them. Okay, so the start is no longer 0, it's going to be n steps. Okay, 6 to perfect. Is exactly what I want. Okay. Now I have my points, AB points. Now what I said is, having the points, I have to create circles. So curve, circle, 1, 2. Okay, 2 circles. This is going to start in A, 4, and then B. It will appear here. Now what is the radius? The radius is this value, AC radius, that we prepared previously. So this is connect with this, and this one connects here. Now what happens if I start moving? The circles start intersecting themselves. So I have to have an intersection. Intersect, physical, curve, curve. You can also call in the control panel CCX, because this means curve, curve, and the X always intersection. So this with this is giving me points. Now let us see what is being outputted here. P are the points. So as you can see, I'm having a kind of branch or folder. In reality, this kind of organization is called a branch, but we can call it folder, so we can visualize. We have information in a major folder, then in different folders, and this is the level of folders that in reality are branches. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to see the structure of point A. Now point A is just a list that combined with this one is creating. So for every pair of AB, I have 2 points, this and this. Now if I want to know which is the 0 and the 1, I have to go to display. On display I go to vectors and I have point list. Okay, point list here. I'm going to connect P with P, so points, and here is the size. So I'm going to double click and I'm going to say 1 smaller than 5 with 2 decimal places. And we'll see if 1 is enough. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is the point that I want, so it's index 0. So to get index 0, I'm going to make list, and here I'm going to ask list item. Now by default the index is 0, so when I connect this, what is being here outputted is always point 0. So I'm going to space key, hide this, and I'm going also to hide this one. Okay, so I have all these points. Now these points are going to be point point C series. Okay, and I'm going to make him hidden because I probably will need it. Now I need to put these 2 points on the front, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this Copypast. I'm going to put here. I'm going to reconnect, and I'm going to change the name for A series. Copypast down. I'm going to connect B with C, and I'm going to call it B, so I know exactly. Okay, so these parameters have stored these points. Now I have here, if I'm going to connect this, I have here a problem. Or, well, these are organized according branches or folders, as I told you. So I'm going to reduce the number of levels by right-clicking here and making simplify. Okay, so now if I want to draw a line between A and C, these point structures have to have the same level. Now, either I flatten this one or I graft this. That is, I create a folder. I'm going to graft them. So I'm going here, right click, and I'm going to graph. And then I'm going to simplify. Okay. Here I'm going to do exactly the same. Graft and then simplify. So now A, let me move, B and C have the same structure. So I can create ln line, copy paste, copy paste. So they will start in C and they are going to connect to point A and to point B. See? I'm going to hide all of this for the moment, and I can have more or less, and I can have the movement. So this is working. Now I just have to apply the length. So I'm going to move this slightly down, and I'm going to here to the front. I'm going to merge this. And I'm going to connect them so they are merged. And I'm going to surface extrude. So let me see here, extrude. They are being extruded. I'm going to hide this. And the extrusion needs to have a Z vector. And I'm going to connect this Z vector with the height here. Okay, so I'm going to increase the height. Perfect. Now I'm going to apply colors that I did previously, and with this we'll finishing our code. So geometry, I'm going to, it's already pink, and graph color here, and I'm going to apply a color, a blue one. Okay, perfect. So see you on the next video. Bye.